Welcome to Battle Truth and my point of view. I don't know you, so I'm not a hater. I can only give you the facts that's written on these papers. And since we have no dealings, therefore the court can care less about your feelings. I'm the Honorable MallikiBaker, your presiding judge, chairman, and spokesperson for the One United Front. You are my witnesses and jury. You may be seated. Court is now in session. Let's talk about it. Okay, y'all. I've been hearing a lot of y'all inboxing me, asking me, am I going to break down the Murder Mook and Drake controversy? Seeing that Mook is your guys, you a battle rap blogging analyst. You don't like to talk about things when your people, that's what they telling me, when your people do something wrong. That's not true. That's not true. I always talk about things in a respectable manner. But if you asking me to tear them brothers down and attack them and things like that, just to try to prove something to y'all, no, you're highly mistaken. It's not gonna happen. So let's be sensible and break this thing down in a mature level. Now, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this "Till Death Do Us Part" card that was put in play for Drake's birthday. Okay? Now, Mook was supposed to be headlining on that card. It's a lot of things being said. Now, that's another blog I'm going to do. But from what I'm hearing, he's supposed to have been battling a lot of people. A lot of people. And come to find out what they saying behind the scenes, the more information coming out is that Drake probably didn't even know about. What's allegedly being said on the URL behalf, some shifty business dealings going on pertaining to the opponents who were to be facing Murder Mook. Only to find out that they were allegedly propositioning Easy the Block Captain, but everything else was put in play as really a smoke screen to actually reveal after the smoke clear who was the person they really wanted him to battle, Easy the Block, that he would be told in short notice to buy time for Easy the Block allegedly to have more time in writing so that he could have a better chance of winning versus Mook. And why Mook turned down the battle, seeing that he was given it in a short notice, somewhere between 2 to 3 weeks time. Okay? So they were buying time by saying, oh, Briz gonna battle you. So he thinking he finna battle Briz. And remember, I heard 2 rounds already from Mook of him and Briz. Okay? So he ready to go against Briz. So as time going on, he thinking he finna battle Briz, then you know what? We having a problem with him. How about such and such? So now all these things coming in play where Mook wasn't on the card. Now, prior to that, this one thing that had Mook frustrated. Mook got a call from Drake. And Mook and Drake had discussions on putting the card together. And that's the audio tape y'all heard of Mook releasing 20 minutes of a recorded, 20 seconds of a recorded conversation between him and Drake and putting the card together. Okay? So Mook had assistance in putting that card together. Also, the URL released a statement saying that them, Drake, and Mook put the card together, right? So while Mook believing that it's business negotiation with their opponents and he being told these different things of the URL allegedly, let's just say, playing both sides, telling one person this, then telling the other person this, and they believe in it like that when really don't know. Well, it all just was a mess, okay? which caused Mook to pull out as a result of having a problem with his opponents or what he was being told and not having the proper time to write. Because according to Hollow, he was even called to battle Mook, but didn't have enough time to write for Mook like he would wanted to. Okay, so we're hearing a lot of things. That's another blog. So then we go from there to the battle happening. I could understand Mook's frustration, missing out on the biggest card ever put together in battle rap history, seeing that he was supposed to have been the main event, seeing that he also is one that could be credited in the card itself and putting people in position to get paid in matchups that he helped put together, even with people who didn't like him. Why would he want them to acknowledge him? That's something different, because here's my problem with him on that. Being the logo of battle rap, it don't matter if people don't acknowledge you for that. And to want it, to seek it, is real vain. It's real vain. And I don't think that should have been public address. Okay, here's the thing. What I want to give, little bro. In his battle with Iron Solomon, I didn't like the battle at all, but it was a moment in that battle that I did like, that he actually snapped on, and it was crazy. And it go unappreciated because of how bad overall the battle was. When he was explaining to Iron Solomon how hard it is to be the face of battle rap, and wearing a crown, and how heavy it is, and how everybody wanted it, and everything you do was under the microscope. That was so real how he broke that down and really layered that out and put it in play. That was masterful, created how he did that, and it was crazy. I was like, yeah, he talking. I just wish that you would have stayed on track, because at that time, you walked like that. You walked like that at that time. So it actually hit even harder because your character lined up with that real stuff you were saying. Lately, I think you've been in front of the camera too much that it actually hurting you as being the logo and face of battle rap. The more you make yourself accessible to certain things and the way you are presenting yourself, it just looked bad to the point you're starting to see people pull away. And this didn't make things any better for you. In fact, it made it worse. It made it worse. See, when you are being called the GOAT, your mannerisms should line up with how a GOAT should move. You're not going to see Jay-Z on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, coming at people or demanding to be honored and praised and acknowledged. The work and craft speak for itself. Your paycheck speak for itself. Your surroundings speak for itself. Okay? You all in the doors with many stars these battle rappers wish they could talk to or had numbers on. And you have direct access to them. Drake called you on the phone. The #1 rapper in the world who's been dominating the game for the past 10 years had you on his mind, called you, and confided in you privately about some matters because of who you are to battle rap. And I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm disappointed, bro. That no matter how you felt, that you would put that man out there like that, that wasn't good. That wasn't good at all. Because it was terrible. It was a bad look. It was a bad look. When we seen you on Instagram saying things like, what's wrong with Smack? I mean, you like you got this nigga hosting battles like he you and a nigga could just come in and just bro, I don't what are you doing? It's his birthday. It's called the Drake card. He could have hosted every battle, and it shouldn't have been a problem for that man to do on his birthday, who is a owner of caffeine that's actually cutting the check for the URL and the battle rappers in YouTube. So to blast him like that, to put him out there like that, and to release audio of you and that man talking like that, that was terrible. That was terrible. Bad. It could hurt you from this point on real bad. From other major figures to even confide and trust in you over the phone or even text messages. Seeing that anything this man do by who he is, they're going to try to capitalize off of. I just saw him and Nunu on TMZ. You know how many rappers that they try to build to attack him so that he could mention and say something back or to get their career on. So why would you fall off into that same thing when this man is personally confiding in you? You have this man's real phone number. And that could have been the beginning of bigger things. See, they trust you with a little to see how you handle that. When in return, he was building you up for something even bigger and more. And you allowed your emotions and feelings because of pride and arrogance to get in the way of truth, regardless to if you felt you was played or not. You still have to be business-minded of the position you're put in to not sever relationships as a result of error. And you made bad decision after bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. And that was terrible. That was terrible. Then Drake go on with Nunu Nails and he take a shot at you for not being able to humble yourself he took a shot at you for not being able to humble yourself, playing on your emotions of even getting to the point of releasing messages that he shared with you confidential and confidentiality, knowing the manner of man he is to this world in business. That was very, very terrible. That was a bad mistake, little bro. That was a bad mistake. Terribly bad. Because you were in a situation, you were put in position to be a part of something possibly bigger than battle rap. And maybe you just don't care. Maybe you just don't, well, I don't care. It is, I ain't kissing. Okay, I get that. If that's the mentality you want to take, I get that. I understand that. If that's what you want to take it. But I'm still telling you, it looks bad for business. If a person seeing that you did that, that will make them very hesitant to trust you over phones. That'll make them very hesitant to want to trust you through text messages. That will make them very hesitant in business dealing with you, knowing that it's a possibility that you could do to them what you did to Drake. And that wasn't good at all. That was terrible. The way you came at that man was terrible, and it was uncalled for. This that man's birthday. They marketing this card as being the Drake card. He could say and do whatever he wants to do. Drake is bigger than Smack. Smack ain't bigger than no Drake. Drake could buy this whole damn thing if he want to. Smack them couldn't compare. Smack them couldn't measure up. If Drake said to anybody from Surf, Rock, Twerk, K-Shine, DNA, look, I'm starting my own league. We caffeine, we running it now. Y'all with me or not? What you think they gonna say? What do you think they gonna say? Having a choice, having a chance to be with Drake or be with Smack. What the hell you think they gonna say? What you think they gonna say? They gonna ride with Drake. They gonna ride with Drake. I know. Look, it's a difference when acting aside with ARP and Smack than Drake and Smack. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. Of course, they'll choose Smack over ARP. Of course, they gonna say that. But let Drake say it. Let Drake say, hey, I'll take over for now. I got this now. Who do you think they gonna side with? Come on, man. Stop it. No, that wasn't good. That was terrible. And you have to move better than that, bro. And this starting to hurt your brand and your stock and showing a different character in you that shouldn't be shown. You was more powerful and impactful when you were behind the scene, barely saying something, showing up every now and then. Now they got you all on the internet looking like some type of drunk who can't control his liquor, trying to make you look crazy. I know how that can be because this is what the internet do. They do things like that. But I'm telling you, little bro, listen, man. No. And as a man, you know what you should do? You should call that man, apologize, and have a one-on-one heart-to-heart with him and let it be known to him that he probably don't know how you was wrong. How you was wrong. That's what men should do. That's how men supposed to talk. In order to get ahead in life, get ahead in life, here's the thing you must understand. In order to get ahead in life, here's one thing you need to understand. In the power of knowing God, you learn how to not only have patience and compassion for others, but you're able to deal and make wise choices and decisions for others and for yourself as a result of that relationship. In that relationship, you will find that God is doing something for the greater good that takes care of not only you, but others that surround you and that you don't have no knowledge of. Okay? And being a man, you able to know that in that higher power of the Lord Jesus Christ and knowing who he is, in that relationship, you are establishing the relationship to actually open doors that no man can close, and closing doors that don't mean you no good, that no man can open, And when you lack that, these things happen. And I think it was a bad look overall, terribly. And I was very disappointed in that. And I could understand sometimes through frustration and emotions, we tend to sometimes lash out and say things we shouldn't have said. But in the knowledge of knowing that, after everything has been said and the dust is settled, we should be wise enough to admit when we was wrong and out of pocket and correct the error of our ways. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's a question, it's yours. Hit the link in the description box. Subscribe to Battle Truth.